Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager 2020. This is Career Mode episode number 22. This is stage 1 of the Vuelta a Asturias, and I've got Moreno leading Zeta out right now. And let's see, Tintani, yeah, he's too far back. Trying to see if we can grab a few seconds here. So Moreno down to 1K, Zeta.
Meaning that an attack is highly unlikely. Watch out, a team leader is falling behind.
Okay, 2 and 1. Connor Zwift takes it though. So we grab a couple seconds there. So this sponsor objective, this is the third of a stretch of 5 virtually in a row. First 2 were both top 5 finishes, and this is the last of those top 5 finishes before we switch over to some stage win requirements. We're not at a 100% evaluation anymore. There was enough quality in the last requirement that we're down to about a 98%. So we are slipping off that bar a little bit. This is another 2.5 or 3-star requirement, so it's a pretty big one. And as a result, we've got to make sure that we take care of ourselves. At the moment, we're being seen as an 83-man breakaway, as a group of 9 behind us is suddenly seen as the front of the field. Lopez involved in a crash here. He's at the back side of it, so these guys in front of him went down, took him down with it. Will Lopez continue on? No! Lopez, the one who is out of this race, unfortunately. So Lopez is going to crash out. It's going to be a while before that happens, but that just shrunk the field down even further. We have 64 riders, and we now approach the big climb. This is the climb that split the field the first time. It's the same climb. We're hitting it again, and then it's basically a sprint finish from there. So we're trying to make sure that these guys actually get there. But without Lopez, what happened? Tintani is unprotected, so we'll use Rodriguez to replace Lopez in that role. And we now begin the climb. Just 63 left in the group. I would imagine at least half will be gone by the time we get to the base. Moreno, we're going to use his gel now. This is all about survival. Getting as many guys as I can. The 3 stages of this race are all climbing of some sort. Stage 1 and 3 are both punchy stages, and stage 2 is a full-blown mountaintop finish. There we go. Lopez finally has finished that crash out scenario. Barta is now being dropped. That leaves Kevin Vermark alone. Vermark hanging on pretty well, actually. 2.5K to go to the top. Down to 50 in the group. Moreno is beginning to fade.
That's the end of the breakaway. The pack gave them no chance.
Down to 31 in the group. Down to 28 in the group. I'm not worried about being at the front of this. This is all about survival, and for Mark, the last one being dropped over the top. So Moreno will turn him on auto. We'll do the same for Kevin Vermark. And we now have 3 riders left. Rodriguez just makes it over the top. 23 left in the group. It's not the worst thing if it comes back together a little bit, because then we get Vermark and Moreno back. But otherwise, I'm very happy with already a thinned out group of 23 for the finish on this one. And with 3 riders in the 23, I like my chances of getting a decent lead out and attacking somehow. Tintani, no sprint, but he's the one I want to ride for overall. Rodriguez has an okay turn of pace, and actually it's better than Zeta. Zeta has a really good flat rating, so Zeta could lead him out. Tintani get the free ride to the finish because he is my GC hope. And now with just 6K to go, I think I need to form up as we go over the top and head towards the finish. So there we go. Set that. Set this. We're going to ride for Rodriguez and Zeta. And then Tintani getting the free ride. So I only have 1 rider to lead this out. And so we don't want to go too early with Zeta. Come on, guys. There's a lot of fatigue out there, so I'm hoping we can do something with that. Okay, we're seeing an attack. David De La Cruz.
Wow, that's one attack that's going to leave a good view in its wake.
Okay, 2K, Zeta. Turning up the tempo, and as we approach 1.3K, Zeta's going to lead it out.
The sprint is on. The riders are setting themselves up.
Alright, there we go. Zeta's done. Now on to Rodriguez. And Tani, just follow along. I don't have any pure sprinters, so it is what it is. Tantani, sprint with whatever you have for minor placing. Rodriguez is just going to miss a top 3. No bonus. No bonus for Mullen, Garcia, Hirata. Rodriguez claims 4th. Still a good result. And the most important thing is there's only 22 riders here in the group with huge time gaps behind us. In fact, there could be some riders eliminated on time, as big as these gaps are.
Waiting for the back markers, who appear to be fairly numerous in this difficult race.
Nah, they'll be okay. The list of contenders already went down significantly. Unfortunately, we've lost Lopez on the first stage. I still have 6 riders, though. We'll be okay.
The little promenade is over. The group has been overhauled.
Stage 2 is short and intense. We're already down to 80 kilometers, and we're just at the first climb of the day. There's already 9 riders that have been dropped and counting as we go over this first one. And we're seeing a little split actually in front of this group as Moreno and Zeta. Rodriguez, this whole group getting dropped, but I do think that these 95 will remake contact. There we go, get back up into position. But I do need to up their pace if they're slipping back that far just on a little Category 3 climb. We need to save energy. Like I said, it's a short stage. It's an intense stage. It's going to be all about attrition until that final climb. And we've got to try to minimize our expenditure of energy because we're not going to recover much, though, after this next Category 1 climb. I do think we'll have a bit of recovery then. So we're going to have to manage the pace as much as anything in order to conserve some energy, but not get dropped in the process. Real tricky situation. Another split, but it's not going to hold. So we're now at 116 riders.
We're now at the halfway stage. It's a good
and we are at a good time to take some water. Barta, if you could do this quickly before the climb gets too intense, please. Alright, so he's back. Everyone's here. We're going to slow this down for this one. We're riding at that 79. For Mark Moreno, I'm going to keep an eye on that heart rate. If it starts to climb over about 170, then we will gel up for those guys. You can really see the difference in climbing ability, though, as Tintani's just breaking 150, and for Mark's in the mid-160s because of that lower mountain rating. I think we're all going to be okay over the top of this one. Still 103 in the Peleton. Pace has really come out of the group, and we're 4 minutes behind the front riders, who are all split up all over the place. There's 4 of them away. Cap already back down to 345, but the chase has not been that hard. We definitely sat up a bit on that climb. But I'm happy with it because I've now got my team fully recovered as we approach the next one. It's also Category 1. It's steeper, so we've got to watch out. Expecting the pace to pick up a bit. 30k to go. 5.5 kilometers, 9% average gradient. Very much back-loaded. Though a bit right here.
By many riders, the percentages are very high. A couple of teams have set themselves up as
Tintani easily holding position. Zeta's dropping. Rodriguez dropping way too fast. So Rodriguez, you've got to pick up the tempo, otherwise you are going to get dropped. Zeta holding pretty well. He's got a nice race day condition boost. 82, I don't want you to slip back too far. But Tintani easily holding position.
There's a breakaway in the leading group.
Rodriguez, let's help you move up a little bit. Okay, we're down to just 3 riders away, and it's down to just a minute, and Zeta is slipping a little further back, so let's up his tempo. Again, Tintani holding at the front just fine. About to bring in the next rider. Now it's just 2 away.
The lead on
Zeta,
the track is dwindling.
pick up the
pack is
pace.
increasing its work rate. Some teams can't be happy with the breakaway.
Nearly to the top. Save your gel. Looks like everybody's going to make it over the top. We'll get a bit of recovery, but I don't think it'll be full, especially those riders protecting. The group is down to 73 as we see a little split in the field. All of them are on the front side of that, though. And here we go, 18 kilometers.
15 kilometers remaining.
Now this time, though, we are going to have to really up the pace, because if these guys just drift backwards like they did on the previous climbs, they're useless to Tintani. And Tintani will be literally all alone. So I need to make sure that Tintani holds the tempo and that everybody else is going to follow him. So it's a 12-kilometer climb at 10% average gradient. Holy cow, this is a huge climb, and my team is just not well equipped for it at all. Now, in terms of recovery, Tintani, full marks to him. He is good to go. Zeta, Rodriguez are looking okay, but definitely not fully recovered. Barta, Moreno, for Mark, they're going to be done quite soon. We're going to use the first 2 gels. For Mark, we'll hold off for just a moment. For Mark is protecting Tintani, that's what I want. Zeta, you're going to follow Tintani and Rodriguez as well. Okay, not quite how I wanted that to go. You know what, these guys are done anyway, it's okay. Alright, not too much pace. Just 1 rider left away. He's got a minute and a half, but I doubt he'll stay there long. It's a very big climb for 1 rider to do alone. Alright, for Mark, use your gel. Moreno, Barta already fading.
There are just 10 kilometers left.
Okay, Mark's still here for now. Group's already down to 67. And for Mark is done. And his positive effect is now wasted. So Rodriguez, you're going to use your gel. And now you're going to protect. For Mark, Auto. Group's down to 52. Down to 33 now. We are riding for a top 5. Here goes 2 riders going off. I'm not strong enough to be chasing those 2 guys. I'm riding for 3rd place now. But Tintani doing pretty well right now. 6.5K to go. We got checked up a little bit by Roland. Okay, Rodriguez gel is expended. Zeta, we're going to have to use his gel here pretty soon. He's not going to last much longer. Rodriguez. Okay, here's the big acceleration. This is the one we need to go with. So Tintani.
The riders are entering the last 5 kilometers of the stage. You see that? You can read the pain on the faces at the back of the peloton. There's a growing number of riders left behind.
Okay, Rodriguez is done. Zetta's not going to be able to stay with us. Tintani on his own. There are 6 riders away. If we can get with that group, it's now a group of 2.
Another attack.
Okay, I've made contact. I've made contact. This is good. This is good.
That the strongest can create some gaps.
3.5K to go. Let those guys get away. Riding for 4th place here. You know what? Tintani has a good climbing pace. Oh, he's riding solo now, actually. So he's riding for 4th place at the moment, and we're catching up to Flores, Garcia, Fernandez. Jail kicks in just in time. And we've made contact here with Fernandez. We're going to catch a free toe for a little bit. 2K to go. It's a minute and a half behind us. We're in good shape there. We've got a chance to maybe bridge over to about 3rd place. Still 2 kilometers. So no point doing anything drastic here. Let those guys ride away. And we ride for 3rd place. Maybe better. Minute and a half. Okay, 1 kilometer to go. There's the banner. But we're only just hanging on here. We don't have good stamina and resistance. 800 meters. Tintani. Okay, let's see if we can come out from behind him. Here to the finish. Okay, Tintani attack for 3rd place. For 3rd place, yes. Yes, we've done it. 3rd place. Okay, Zeta, Rodriguez. Sorry, I forgot to put these guys on auto. Poor guys, but there you go. They've got nothing left in the tank, so they're just cruising towards victory. Looks like top 20 for Zeta. Yes, 20th. 23rd for Rodriguez. But we got 3rd place. Nice. Only one decent climber on the team, and that's Tintani. And he's only a decent climber. He's a 75, but he had good condition today that really helped him out.
Now for the
And
race
he
highlights.
had enough pace. He doesn't have the stamina. He doesn't have the resistance. He really should be a support climber. It shouldn't be a team leader at this point in his career. But we have what we have, and a whole bunch of guys at a 69, 70, or he's at a 75, they're all the support riders. So our chances were not good, and yet Tintani just grabbed 3rd place, 43 seconds off, and huge gaps behind us, other than Fernandez at 9 seconds behind. Tintani should be well clear of most. I have no idea. These guys could have lost time on that previous stage, which could potentially have us placed even higher. And it does. It does. So Garcia leads. Tintani is 2nd overall, 13 seconds ahead of Fernandez. Flores a minute and a half, and then huge gaps. So we're looking pretty good heading into this final stage for not just a top 5, but a 2nd place overall. Zeta and Rodriguez are 13th and 14th. So we've got 70K to go here on the final stage. We've got 2nd place, hopefully in the bag. Climb's not bad on this one, but we'll see here in a little bit. We've got 6 riders in the break at a minute 40. As we come up on 60K to go, this is definitely the time to get our 1 helping of water. So Barta's going to go grab that now before we begin the climb. Oh, no, 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 no. Tintani's getting dropped, and we are going to have Zeta. Zeta, you are going to slow right down. So is Moreno. And we are going to... He hasn't been dropped from the group yet, but we need to watch Tintani here. This could be horrible, especially if it's our second injury. And it's right before we begin the first climb. He is back up. He is on his bike. He's moving. Okay. Now, these two... I want you to wait for this rider. There we go. Okay. Barta's going to get that water and come on through. Tintani's already got water. We're going to let Barta finish that job. One rider not coming up, so that's not good for him. But Tintani, you need to begin coming back.
One of the back markers.
You're going to have to ride harder here for now, and then let those guys do the job, because we are way behind already. It's 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minutes. That is a huge gap to cover. So I'm going to let Tintani do the work this time. And then we're going to have Zeta and Moreno do the chase otherwise. 2.5 minutes. Can we cover it? There we go. We go over the top. Tintani, you're going to sit up now. And then we're going to have... Let's see, who's good on downhill? That is Moreno. Moreno, you're going to go 96. Lead us back into the group. We've got time. We've got plenty of time to make this happen.
A couple of teams have set themselves up as pacemakers for the pack. They obviously don't have anybody in the breakaway group.
Barta's still coming along with water. Moreno, Zeta, Tintani all got theirs. Okay. 2:16 now, so we pulled back some time. Group's not far away. Moreno, you're going to keep working. Wait. Okay. Back off a bit. We don't want to destroy these guys. We just need to catch back up. And look how close we are to the back of the group now. Almost to the top here. Alright, attack the descent. Okay, we're catching a group of riders, but I can't expect any help. We are now 2:10 behind. So we've gone from 3.5 minutes to 2:10. We've definitely pulled back time.
He's off on his own. The team sponsor won't be disappointed.
Moreno has no red bar, so his version of 99 is more based on yellow bar right now. Whoa, Zeta. Whoa, Zeta. You're going to have to take over here in a second, Zeta, so I want you to get up behind Moreno.
The squeeze on the breakaway. The pace is really hot, so for the moment,
Moreno, you should gel.
too many attacks.
Okay, let's see what's going on up here. I want Barta to wait for this rider. Okay, Moreno's done. Zeta's made it up here. Zeta's turn. Can we make it back on? And there's the group. But that's another group that's been split off. Here is Barta. Barta's into the group. I want Barta to go 99 and Zeta to protect Tintani. Fourth of 8 laps. And we're into a big group of 34 now. And Barta bridged that gap. But we lost contact with him. Wait. Pull us back. Okay, we left some guys behind on that one. And this is rough. That crash could not have come... Well, it could have come at a worse time. It really could have. But it definitely didn't come at a good time. Okay, so Barta working hard. Use his gel. Okay, we've bridged to the second group on the road. It's a minute and a half behind, though. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to set you to a 91. And I'm going to have Zeta follow. And I'm going to have Tintani follow. We need to fight through this group. Come on, Zeta. Come on. Come on, Tintani. There you go.
Attack from a rider. Now the guys up front are asking serious questions of the riders in the rear as more of them are left in the wake.
Okay, so we've definitely moved ahead of some riders out there, but we still have an almost 2-minute gap. By the way, we had a cushion on some of the riders out there. Rodriguez and for Mark, they're going to have to drop back one at a time here. Who's better placed? Rodriguez is 14th overall, so for Mark is going to drop back. Rodriguez, speed it up. There's only 35 riders here at the front anymore. Okay, Barta, speed up. Zeta, use your gel. .21 kilometers to go, 3 times up the climb. Barta's done, on to Zeta. There's for Mark. Okay. We're going to keep going with Zeta. I want Vermark to get in line second. Barta. See you later. Alright. Almost made contact with the next group. We are passing so many riders. Zeta's done. Zeta's done. Come on for Mark.
The finish line is
pretty
close. The riders have just passed the 15 kilometers road sign.
And oh man, this is becoming very hard work for Mark. We're going to use your gel now. Two climbs to go. We've bridged another gap here. Tintani's getting tired, but he's hanging in there. There's Rodriguez. Oh, Rodriguez got dropped. Well, if Rodriguez got dropped, you've got to come back. For Mark, you got to slow down a little bit. You're too punchy. Tony's quite tired. If you'll just split again. Tintani hanging in there. Use your gel now. Drop back at this point. There's no point being up there. That's not the front of the field. We're still 2:13 back on whoever's first. Alright, Rodriguez. I want you to protect for Mark. Or protect Tintani. We've got to keep chasing, but at the same time. Whoa, 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 whoa! Rodriguez! Almost out of energy, almost out of energy. Okay, for Mark, sit up, sit up. This is as far as we're going to get. 6K to go.
5 kilometers to the finish line.
For Mark, don't leave him behind. Got to get him over the top. We're in a group of 50, and we are still behind. Unfortunately. The heck does Rodriguez... I give you orders and you don't follow them. I've given you the same order multiple times.
Falling behind. A team leader is falling behind.
All right, what we need now is
it could be decisive.
kind of by association. Tintani, you need to. There we go. Okay, Rodriguez. Now you are gonna go full 99, full gas, and try to pull this group back. For Mark, I want you to follow Rodriguez.
And they're off.
3K to go.
Very fast.
Tintani hanging on.
Victory for his
Okay, here's the time ticking. That's over a minute already. Minute and a half. 2 minutes. 2 minutes that we lost. 2 minutes to the front riders. I don't know if we can hang on to a top 5. We should definitely, I think, still have a top 10. But that top 5 very much in jeopardy. That crash hurt so bad. So bad. We had this objective locked up and good. We were going to maintain that 100% evaluation. I'm not so sure about that now. I think we are going to slip down a bit further.
The best moments of the day.
So front 10 riders on same time, a minute to the next group. We were at 2:13, I take it? Yes, 2:13. Tintani stays top 5. Whew. Man, oh man, that was hard to get back, and we didn't. I mean, we lost second place, we lost our podium, but we kept our top 5. I mean, there was big gaps throughout that field. If I didn't drop the team back one by one and help pull him back, that gap would have been much, much larger than it was. That crash really hurt. But at least I had a little bit of time to pull him back. But then again, if it happens late, he's got the energy to himself just kind of attack and not have to worry about having 8 climbs to do. So there's kind of good and bad in the timing. The timing certainly couldn't have been much worse. Could have been a little worse, but it couldn't have been much worse than it was. But we do succeed on the objective in the end. I mean, it was not perfect, but we made it. We're not going to come out with any double plus for a podium, but at least we got something out of it. Meanwhile, Tour de Yorkshire. I think Athel was up there on the overall, yeah, 18th. Alves Machado had a couple of 8th place finishes, but that was all we managed for that one. But that sponsor objective, as we go forward a day, does appear to go back to being maxed out for now, but probably not by a wide range. Oh, it still hasn't gone forward a day. There you go. Oh, see, it's less. How is it less? We succeeded in our objective. How did my rating go down? I was at 98. Now I'm at about 96. That's strange. I haven't seen that before. I have not seen you lose percent when succeeding. First time for everything. Well, that's 3 of 5 objectives that are all back to back to back. Next up, the 4 hours of Dunkirk. 4 sprint stages, 2 punchy stages, and we need a stage win. Wins are hard to come by, but we've had 3 this season. We wouldn't rule that out, but also the importance is dropping off significantly now. I think we have done enough to maintain this as long as we can do something at national championships. I think we're now pretty secure on getting the maximum confidence. I might actually even bypass one or both of these races. But I think I'll go for the stage win. I'll at least try a stage or two, see if we can get it. And then I think we'll almost certainly bypass Madrid at half star. Not important. That's going to do it for this episode on Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there, and bye for now.